Hi guys, it's Melinda. I am here to do a walk around of my 2021 Toyota 4Runner TRD off-road. And it's a very simple build, very functional. It just honestly gets me where I need to go without me having to worry about, having difficulties. I'm sorry, the beginning is going to be a different location than the rest of the video because I'm a noob and I forgot to film an intro. So yeah, without further ado, let's do the walk around. Alright, so I'm just going to start off with the goods, the suspension. I'm running an Eibach Pro Truck Lift. This is their Stage 1 kit. I have it set on the second clip height, so the total front lift is around, I would say, 2 3/4 inches. I personally think that it's the perfect suspension between everything like everyday driving, high-speed washboard roads, and low-speed rock crawling. It's definitely stiffer than stock on the street, but when you pick up speed off-road, it just soaks everything right up and it's nice and smooth. So far, I love it. I know it's not King's or whatever, but for what I do, I think it fits my needs. Since I'm running a lot of lift, I got JBA upper control arms to get better alignment numbers. I have the KDSS system, so I have this treaty oak KDSS spacer to fix the sway bar angle after the suspension lift. For wheels and tires, these are the stock TRD wheels it came with, but with a 1 1/4 inch Spidertrax wheel spacer. Tires, I'm running 295 70 17s, which is basically 33 and a halves. These are the Yokohama Geolander mud terrains. The common setup for modified 4Runners are usually 285s or 33s, but I like the look of the 33 and a halves better. So, because these are bigger in combination with the wheel spacers, it took a lot more work to fit them. By the way, I'm going to list everything in the description just in case you're looking for anything specific based on what I'm talking about, because I know I'm going to go through like a lot of different things. So check that out if you're looking for anything, or just let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions. Quoting the dude from Discount Tires word for word, after installing those tires, he said, "I'd like to inform you that the tires are rubbing." It was hilarious because on the trip back, I was not able to make any U-turns, so I kept having to make a bunch of right turns the whole way back home. So that was a fun trip. As for the tires themselves, I'm liking it so far. I have around 15,000 miles on them already, and they're actually wearing really good. For a mud terrain, I think they're pretty quiet on the road, but I do notice that they do slip sometimes in the rain, but you just have to be careful. You have to be careful anyways when driving in the rain. Other than that, I think they're pretty sweet. Off-road wise, I think they're really good. I've had no problems so far. They grip really, really well on the dirt and rocks and has not failed me yet. So let's hope that continues that way. But yes, overall I am really impressed with the tires and I love them. But yes, they were rubbing, so I had to do a lot of cutting. So I had to cut around, I'd say maybe an inch of the front bumper and push the fender liner forward. For a while it was still rubbing on the fender liner after pushing it forward, but it's okay. It eventually fixed itself after going on a bunch of trips, and while off-roading, it just kept pushing it further forward. So now we're good to go. So towards the back of the wheel well, I had to get the body mount cut and move it back. So all this plastic around this entire area had to be cut since that too was rubbing. So there's a lot of cutting involved, but it's okay. They fit now, so that's good. So now we are going to move to the back. These are the Eibach shocks that come with the kit. The rear has the Eibach spring, which gives a 1 inch lift, and I added a 1/2 inch Cornfed coil spacer. So in total, it's 1.5 inches of lift. Maybe later on, I'm thinking of upgrading to the reservoir version of the Eibach shock. We shall see. Moving on to the light setup. This is what it looks like overall. Let's start with the headlights. Since this is a 2021, the LED headlights come from factory, which is great. The bugs are not included, they are separate. There's a lot of bugs on here and I apologize, but this is what they look like. For fog lights, I am running the Diode Dynamics SS3 in yellow to help cut through dust, snow, and whatnot. I think they're awesome, far better than the stock ones, and I like the look of them a lot. In the grille, I'm running the same Diode Dynamics SS3 Sports and Combo beam. So the top is spot beam and the bottoms are flood beams. Honestly, if I were to go back, I would invest in the Max versions or the SS5s because These kind of suck. I honestly wish they were brighter. I still have trouble with visibility. So if you're debating about the SS3 Sports and prioritize function, I'd definitely skip these and get the higher trim ones. So those are that. Moving up to the ditch lights, I am running the KC C3 in spot beam. These are amazing. They shoot ridiculously far, so these ones I definitely recommend. And they are sitting on Cali raised brackets. Now we can move on to the less important things, cosmetics, yay! So all of these badges are blacked out. These right here, so the Toyota badge, the 4Runner badge, these are all covers that I got off of Amazon. They're like stickers inside, so you just peel them off and then, you know, clean the badge that you have, and then you just stick them on. And that's how those work. But for these side ones, for the TRD off-road badges, I had to plasti dip them because the letters that came with the Amazon package, like the letters just look weird, like they were all like stuck together. So yeah, those are plasti dipped, and if you look extremely close, the speckles are still hanging on my paint. So obviously I didn't do that great of a job, but that's something I'm not worried about because you can barely tell unless you're being really, I guess, technical about it. I'm also running the Pro Grill because I'm a freaking poser, but really though, I like the look of these a lot more than the non-Pro Grill. Personally, I think it just looks a lot more clean. These flags are magnetic, and I got them from this company called Tactilian, and they are made in the USA. Okay, so now let's talk about these window tints. Dear Lord. Okay, so they are way too dark. I have them at 15% all around, but in the back, that's 15% on top of whatever the factory tint is. So after that, it's like 5%. And guys, I struggle. Like, it definitely makes it more fun though, because like when I'm driving on the streets, I have to roll down my windows every single time I make a turn, so I like not hit anyone in case someone's walking in the dark or something. Especially also when night wheeling, all of my windows have to be down for me to be able to see. And so let's just say it gets real dusty in there. But that's definitely, if I ever have to retint this, I would not get what I have now because it's fun, but let's be honest, it's not too fun. I also replaced my side mirrors with these ones, and I have the blind spot mirror and these ones have the blind spot mirror incorporated into it, so it comes like that. It's a direct swap from the RAV4, so you can get them straight from Toyota, and that's where I got it from. And that's it. As I said from the beginning of the video, it's a really simple build. For future plans, I definitely am prioritizing rock sliders. I want to fix the grill lights so I can actually see better. So I want to replace the SS3 lights with SS5s. Maybe a light bar, who knows. Definitely want some wheels. I also plan to upgrade to 34s, maybe 35s. We will see how spontaneous I feel about cutting. I would say stay tuned for upgrades, but as you know, this is an expensive lifestyle, so you will be staying tuned for a while, so I'm not going to say that. But until then, I will be adventuring a ton with this current setup, which is more than enough, and I'm really happy with it. Make sure you're subscribed so you can follow along on my adventures, and thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.